Hey, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm going to call the meeting to order. This is the meeting of the Merrimack Town Council, not Town Council, excuse me, Town Center Committee. We're meeting on Friday, September 30th, 2022, at noon in the Matthew Thornton Meeting Room. A couple of people have announced that they could not be here today. Karen Freed and Michael Redding, and Bill Wilkes have also said they can't be here. So Redding. So with that in mind, if someone would like to take the minutes, okay. Otherwise, I'll take the best minutes I can. And we'll proceed with the approval of minutes. The first item on the agenda tonight this afternoon is the approval of minutes from August 19th. I distributed those electronically before the meeting, and if anybody'd like to make any changes or a motion to approve as submitted.
I just have one change, Nelson.
Yes, Mike.
Under 5C, Souhegan River Trail, about 2/3 of the way down, it says quality-based selection. Should be qualifications-based selection.
Okay. Qualification bids, let me see. Okay, the qualification. Okay. I don't know where. Okay. Qualification. Okay, that sounds better. Anybody have any other suggestions for improvements? If not, I'd entertain the motion to approve.
So
Moved by Kyle and seconded by Finley. All those in favor of the motion to approve the minutes with that change?
Yes.
All in favor? Aye.
Abstain.
You're abstaining. Okay.
I think I recorded the meeting, but I didn't get to see the minutes.
Oh. Yeah, I sent them to,
My apologies.
okay, all right.
I don't know.
Just
This is the last minute swapper here.
then, yeah, I should have announced earlier that Justin is sitting in today for Nicholas LaValle, representing the media department on the which is allowed by the rules of engagement here. So we'll then go on and talk about old business, and we have some very good old business to announce today. And I'm going to turn over to Kyle.
Did you want to do it first?
Oh, whoops! I'm sorry, I'm out of whack here. Yeah. I meant to do that first, but anyway, we have a set of new maps, big one and a little one, and the big one I didn't bring up because it's the same as the little one, and it has one mistake in it still in the copy I'm handing out to you, and I've made NRPC aware of it, and they are fixing it. And that is the the map, the sidewalk on Twin Bridge Road is shown as completed, and it's not. It should have been red, and it was yellow. So, with that change in progress,
Sorry, Nelson, I was looking at something else.
Sure.
Where was it?
Okay, Twin Bridge Road, south side,
Yeah.
shows it shows a yellow sidewalk, which means a completed sidewalk, and it's not completed. It's not even started. So it is that should be red,
Correct.
and they are going to change that.
One more change for you, Nelson.
Yeah.
That's not good.
The pedestrian access into Watson Park should be yellow.
Oh.
The Rotary project that was completed.
Okay. Let me copy here.
Into Abbey Griffin Park, sorry.
Into Abbey Grove.
Not Watson.
You said it and I agreed, but I knew where you were.
right?
Okay. Oh, it's
That little guy
showing
right there.
red.
Yeah,
Should
that should be yellow.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that.
Excuse me, one other change.
Yeah.
You are chairman, not chairman.
Where is that?
In the minutes.
On the minutes.
Oh, the minutes. Right. Where, let me see here. Okay, we'll get that. Thank you. Okay, we're discussing the maps, and is there anything else anyone picks up on this? This little map is one for you to take home and study more carefully if you,
Yeah, one other one I want to look at. For some reason, I can't convince myself.
yeah,
But the stretch from Loop Road down to Woodbury Street on the west side, I believe that's done. But I can't convince myself of that right now.
Yeah,
I think it is done because it's in front of the rock wall that
Right.
the town built years ago.
Yeah.
okay, all the way down to Woodbury.
Yeah.
That,
I think it is done.
well, it red means it's done. Oh, no, red, it should be yellow.
Correct.
Yeah, gotcha,
And in front of Buckley's, I think it's done too.
Yes.
yes. And wait a minute. Woodbury Street is, well, I'm not looking at the current one. There's too many versions of this floating around now. Okay. Okay, down to Woodbury Street is done, that's shown. Then from there, in front of Buckley's, you're saying is done.
I'm sure it's complete.
Yeah, that whole stretch on the west side.
Okay.
There's no sidewalk in front of the bakery though.
Right.
No, I agree with that. There's nothing but
Park.
wide open spaces in front of the bakery. But this in here, it should be yellow. And then this one up here is yellow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got the church fixed. The last version of this that came out had it complete in front of the church, and it doesn't go in front of the church. This is the congregational church I'm talking about,
Right.
and that just comes up from the library and ends there. And then, of course, we've got looks like the restaurant is coming along there. It's
Is
going to
it?
be, it's going to be a tricky stick to whittle, says.
Where the heck are they gonna park?
I think in the
On
back.
Church Street.
Yeah.
Church Street.
In the back.
In the back.
Yeah, there's no parking allowed on Daniel Webster.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they're not supposed to be, and they put barriers there to prevent people from trying to park there. And there's no pedestrian access from Route 3 into that restaurant. It's all from the back.
Okay.
Okay, good question.
They do have stairs going up from the front, if I'm not mistaken. But there's no parking there.
There's no
So
parking
it's
there.
not like
Yeah.
people, let's say, walk from across the street. That's a possibility.
That's another possibility, yeah.
But I think on the left side, south side of the
Yeah.
building, I think there
Yeah.
are stairs there.
Yeah, it was always an issue, and he got some sort of agreements with the town, I believe, or with the senior center, at least to use some of their parking if he's in a overflow situation.
All right.
I think he's got that as a overflow.
Might have. I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you. Other questions or comments on that? If not, we can move on to our happiest of occasions.
Finally.
After 25, from 15, yeah, to 22, 7 years.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Since we were awarded the prize. Congratulations. Go ahead, tell them, Kyle.
Thank you,
Tell 'em.
Nelson. So
Yeah.
this is the Souhegan River Trail project update. As I reported at the last meeting, the final plans, specifications, and estimate had been submitted to New Hampshire DOT and Federal Highway. Since the last meeting, all of those have been approved by both entities, and we have been given the go-ahead to advertise the project for bid. So tentatively, we're looking to advertise the project for bid on October 14th, and we're hoping to open bids on November 15th. The final bid documents are being prepared right now, so that we can get the project out to contractors to look at. The other piece that's going on right now is we're about to begin negotiations with our construction engineering firm.
Mhm.
You may remember I told you it can't be the same firm as the design engineer
Uh-huh.
anymore per
Yeah.
federal rules.
Uh-huh.
So we're working on that avenue as well. And we have to complete negotiations on that before we award the contract to the contractor.
Uh-huh.
So we're certainly within that schedule as well.
Okay, do you have a tentative award date? Because the bid opening, you said, was November 15th.
Yeah.
But is that like the same as the award? Do you make the
No,
award?
that's the day we open bids, and then there's a review process.
Yeah,
We have to submit our recommendation to DOT for approval,
okay,
depending on the cost of the bids
yeah,
and the responsiveness of the bids. Typically, it's a month or two before the project actually gets awarded.
yeah,
So I can't tell you when that'll be at this point.
yeah,
It depends on the bids we get, the pricing of the bids, if inflation affects the bids
yeah,
negatively, then we may have to go back for more money. So hopefully we get good bids with
Yeah.
a good contractor, and
Yeah.
we can just move forward.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
With our construction estimate of about $1.2 million.
Uh-huh. 2 million construction.
Of
And-
which the state is covering 80%.
Yeah, yeah. Percent is the state. And we would, it's possible it could happen this year, but most likely,
I'm anticipating work starting this winter.
yeah,
If in no other fashion than starting shop drawing details and
Yeah.
submittals and getting things in order.
yeah,
I think one of the components of the project would be ideal, depending on the kind of winter we get, would be to do the boardwalk
Boardwalk.
section of it,
yeah,
because that's a drilled helical pile.
yeah,
And certainly getting across that marshy area
yeah,
would be a lot easier if the ground were frozen
yeah,
and they could drill right through that, because the anchors go right into the bedrock too. So
yeah,
that would be nothing for those machines.
yeah,
So I think there's plenty of opportunity to start the work this fall
yeah,
or
yeah,
winter.
yeah,
And a lot will depend on the contractor preference.
yeah, yeah. Do you have some contractors lined up that you think are interested in?
I've spoken to 3.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll bid.
Uh-huh,
They're bigger contractors. It's for sidewalk jobs are normally pretty straightforward.
yeah,
This one obviously has quite a bit more complexity
yeah,
with the boardwalk, the bridge repairs,
yeah,
the sidewalk repair that's going on.
yeah, that
where the
too.
steel plates are on Dan Webster.
Yeah,
So it's a lot more complicated sidewalk project than is typical of the TAP program.
right,
So I'm hopeful that we can get a well-rounded contractor that that's
Yeah,
able to
they
handle
can-
all of the
they can
work
handle it all. Yeah,
and, or at least the majority of it.
yeah, yeah,
So, and can provide us a good price.
yeah, yeah, all of the above. Okay,
God, why did I have 1.7 in my head?
That's probably the cost with the construction engineering and other items.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. That's likely.
there's different components.
Yep.
I don't have them off the top of
Yeah,
my
no,
head.
that's good. That's
The construction
that pretty
part is
much answers it for
1.2.
me. Yep.
yeah, yeah, that's the bulk of it, but still there's other peripherals that have to be.
I just remember when it began, where we began and to
Right.
where
Well,
we ended,
well, yeah, we began at what, 400,000?
which shocked me.
Right.
It did.
Right.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
it's we're getting the extra work. What I'm very happy about is the extra work that we had to do on Chamberlain Bridge
Yes.
is all included in
Yeah,
this. So,
that's important to remember, that, yeah, the scope of work considerably expanded
yes.
from the days when we were just gonna walk through the sluice way, up a few stairs. And
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a lot of extra components. The
Yeah.
bridge work, there's a beam that has some exposed concrete that's going to
Yep.
be fixed.
yeah,
Obviously, the sidewalk that we have the steel plates on,
yeah.
they've been out there for more than 10 years. Certainly,
Oh, yeah,
probably more than 12 years at this
Yeah.
point.
yeah,
To the point where that steel's getting thinner too. So,
yeah,
so those are both really
Yeah.
good parts. It's going to clean up the southeast portion of Watson Park too.
yes,
The fence is going to be relocated to
yeah.
accommodate the
yeah,
location of the new trail, which will actually clean up a portion of that fence,
Yeah.
currently fenced off area.
yeah,
So it'll add to the square footage of useful space
yeah.
in Watson Park.
Mm-hmm,
So there's a lot of really good pluses to the project.
yeah. Okay, that's very interesting. While you're mentioning that, the DOT this week conducted a hearing on the Wire Road intersection. We'll come to that later. But of interest perhaps to this committee is who shows up for this hearing but Deborah Hoffman. Now, I don't know if you remember, but Deborah was a member of this committee back in the day when
Yeah.
we first started talking about it. And so she is very happy. I tried to convince her to come to this meeting or rejoin the committee, but I didn't succeed in
What
that
happened to
yet.
the charm?
What?
What happened to the charm? I mean, normally that's not a problem.
I don't know what to tell you.
I thought you were going to say she was coming back.
Yeah, yeah. But she's back. Her husband passed away, in the time that she was gone here. And so she's been tied up with that and that sort of thing. But she's thinking about rejoining the Conservation Commission.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just wanted to get that into our notes too, that,
I would have volunteered to do the minutes, Nelson, but I can't. I can't keep up with both sides of it, so I
that's
apologize.
okay. It's more important that I'll have time to check this out and, okay. All right, any other questions or comments for Kyle? Now that we've got a new schedule, new plan here, and it's going forward at last. Good.
Yeah, very good.
Very
Very
good.
good.
And I imagine your engineer is pleased too.
They are very much looking forward to the finish line.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
They will still be involved in the construction.
yeah,
As the design engineer, we'll have a contract with them as well to review the structural shop drawings.
yeah,
And if any hazardous materials are found,
yeah,
their sub-consultant did the soil management plan. That would work through the prime consultant.
Yeah.
So they will still be somewhat involved in the project.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
good. Okay, and I'm sure when spring comes, we'll all be standing on the bridge watching
Certainly.
watching the construction.
Yeah.
Good.
Maybe by this time next year, we'll be walking on the boardwalk.
Ooh, imagine that. we got to plan a ceremony. We never had a ceremony for Woodbury Street. We were going to have one, remember? And then winter set in, and
Yeah.
we just never did it. We were going to do it with Justin. We were
Yeah.
going to, yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Justin, on if that's a go or that's still something to put on the back burner?
If that's something that you guys wanted to get together, we'd be more than happy to go down there with a camera and get some good shots and
Yeah,
put something together real
Yeah.
quick.
yeah.
Totally up to you guys.
If we
But-
had more people here, I would bring it up for discussion, but I don't think the four of us should be the ones who let it
I
go
think
for now.
the pedestrian bridge, what do we call it?
The river trail.
No, the
Oh.
bridge itself. That'll be,
Chamberlain Bridge.
no, the new one that we're gonna be
The
constructing.
boardwalk
The boardwalk.
portion, or
Oh,
what is
yeah.
that? What you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, it's, I was
Yeah, we
thinking it was
want to
a
get
raised
coverage
something,
of
yeah.
that.
Sorry.
But,
Yeah,
that would be probably something that would be quite interesting.
that's
to a lot of
something to
people.
really record for the
That'll be a
record.
good one.
Yeah,
It's going to be spectacular.
yeah.
Truly unique.
Put that
Yeah.
on your to-do list, Justin. Good,
Putting it down right now, Nelson.
good. Now, the next item on the agenda belonged to Matt Chevenel. I haven't heard from him lately on where that's going, that master plan on the school. We'll have to pass over it. And maybe I'll get some information when I do the minutes. Our Facebook page, anything happening there, Justin?
So as some of you may know, Kyle hosted a whole DPW, and Kyle and friends hosted a local concerns meeting about the Route 3 Wire Road safety improvement project going
Yep.
on.
Yeah.
So we had recorded that earlier in the week. So we had posted a YouTube link to that meeting.
Uh-huh.
Colin did an excellent job doing a Merrimack in Motion, which is kind of, I don't know
Yeah.
if any of you are familiar. It covers basically goings-ons during meetings.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So we did actually mostly like kind of a quick summary of the local concerns meeting.
Uh-huh.
That's going to be airing this week, and we intend to share that clip on the Town Center Committee page as well.
Uh-huh.
As far as like engagement and eyes seeing these posts on the Town Center Committee page, you get more engagement if you were to share these links to like personal pages. So anyone that's got a Facebook page and doesn't want to be too shy about just sharing stuff from the Town Center Committee page, like please do that. It gets more eyes on us.
Yeah.
Right now we have 540 followers for just
Good.
that page. That's
That's
pretty
good.
good. So we'll keep it going with the engagements and stuff like that. Let's see. As far as I'm going to go right down to the next one, Nelson, if I'd be so
Yeah.
inclined to.
Yeah.
The Town Center videotaping. So we have a lot on our plate currently, just like lined up in regards to other projects we got going on. But Nick said probably between December and February, we can kind of start concentrating on just Town Center Committee content specifically.
Uh-huh.
What that looks like, he said maybe we can discuss in October if anyone has any ideas on projects or events that Town Center Committee has going on that we can, if there's any good ways to highlight that or any ideas as far as that goes for videos. But we'll be digging more into getting things produced for the Town Center
Yeah.
Committee page specifically, or just in general, not necessarily the page, but just
Once the
content.
football season's over.
It's football season, it's soccer season, it's
Yeah.
volleyball season,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's sports season. So.
But I was impressed. I happened to see one the other night. Forgotten who they were playing, but it was, I thought, very professional for this little town.
It's nice, right? Yeah, it's good.
I thought
If it was the
they
BG
did-
game, the game was a little hard to watch.
The
but
game did not turn
everyone
out
did their best.
happily, right?
Yes.
I think it was Bishop Girton. They
It
were
was,
playing.
yeah.
They got sort of
But our
squished.
volunteers are excellent. We love having all our volunteers. They do a great job. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but they really sounded professional. I don't know if you get a chance to watch it.
I didn't see that game, but I've seen before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave, who does the football, one of our commentators on football, I believe he did. He was the voice of the first robotics team for one of the national competitions. I think in house he was doing announcing stuff. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a whole wide range of skills, but he definitely brings that voice to the Merrimack Tomahawks, which we
Yeah.
super appreciate. But yeah, once football season and sports seasons through, I mean, we'll be gearing up for the winter sports as well. But
Yeah.
we do plan on, anyone has any ideas on videos and stuff as far as our events
Yeah.
or projects, like bring them to the October meeting and can dig into that and start
Yeah.
planning on some good stuff.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I have.
Well, good.
Yeah, that's all I got for media. So
Okay, then we come to the Route 3 Wire Road intersection. Kyle, this is you again, and I think we hinted at what went on this week.
Yeah, there's been a couple of discussions about it.
Yeah.
So last Monday, the Public Works Department hosted a local concerns meeting. It was a little less than standing room only capacity, but it was a good meeting. The replay can be found on our Facebook page or on our website. And if anyone wants to watch it and submit comments, there's still opportunity to do so through an attached forum on our website.
Uh-huh.
And the purpose of the meeting was to get a butter and town concerns for the intersection and the Route 3 corridor, and what they'd like to see out of a project, what they wouldn't like to see out of a project. And the engineers will take those comments into consideration as they work through the different alternatives for the project. And basically the different alternatives are realigning Wire Road with a stop sign, realigning or not realigning Wire Road with a traffic signal, or doing a roundabout. So those are kind of the different alternatives that they're working through. In the next month or so, they'll be developing the preferred alternative out of those alternatives.
Yeah.
And there'll be another public meeting. I'm not sure if it'll be at a council meeting or a separate evening like this one was. But the preferred alternative will be presented to the public, and we'll welcome public comment for that as well. And once we get through that part of the process, if everything is a go, then we would close out the feasibility study and request from DOT to move into the preliminary design.
Mm-hmm. And of course, it includes a tie-in with the bridge
It
work.
does.
And
It's nice.
hopefully it'll include the tie-in with the Route 3, with the Effie Everett Turnpike Bridge replacement.
You mean separate timing, Nelson?
Well, I think the designs have to consider each other. That's all I'd say.
Well, certainly the bridge design takes into account the flood levels of the brook. And
Yeah.
by us replacing the US 3 bridge, it actually helps the DOT bridge, because
Yeah.
our bridge is
Yeah.
the constricting factor in the brook.
What I meant was the Wire Road crossing of route of the
Oh,
Effie Everett
yeah.
Turnpike. That bridge, I called it a bridge, but it's just
Yeah.
an overpass. That has got to match with this as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the plans are still to have
Yeah.
a sidewalk on one side of that bridge.
Well, yeah, I know that's not what the town center committee requested, but that's I guess what we're going to get.
Talking Wire Road, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Wire Road over the turnpike
Because that was like road, I thought.
is getting both sides.
Right, and that one, I thought that was our critical one. I didn't recall the Wire Road one also.
We wanted it on both
On both
sides. We
sides.
asked for it on both sides, and we get
I
what
think
we
the
get.
biggest difficulty there is there's no master plan for sidewalks on Wire Road. So for DOT
Yeah.
to add a sidewalk on a bridge that
Yeah.
at this point has no,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
even a glint of a plan,
Yeah,
to put sidewalks to match into the bridge
yeah,
when there's frankly more bridge need around the state than there are funds. It's a tough call for DOT to
yeah.
just put a sidewalk on
Mhm.
Okay.
when the town frankly doesn't have realistic plans to put sidewalks on the west side
On
of
Wire Road, yeah,
Wire Road.
yeah. On the west side, you say the west side of Wire Road. I
South
think
side,
of the,
sorry.
yeah, south side, yeah. Okay, I thought,
Because there's existing sidewalks at Mallard Point
yeah,
on
that's,
on the north side.
okay, so we're getting the north side, but not the south side.
That's what I
Yeah,
believe.
okay, yeah,
They're still working on the design,
yeah.
but I believe that's what it'll be.
It would just make a natural tie-in to the Brick Mill Park area.
would,
If,
yeah.
if it were there. Yeah.
Right. But there's no sidewalks in Brick Mill Park either.
Okay, I didn't appreciate that, but yes, that was built back in the day.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, we get what we get. It's only money. Okay. Okay, then there's the Babusik Brook Bridge, Kyle. Anything to say about that?
I guess all I would add on that is that, as you mentioned, Nelson, it is part of the, it is becoming part of the Wire Road project. The two projects are being merged
Uh-huh.
because of their coincidental location to each other. The last update was that we had submitted our benefit cost analysis to FEMA to see if we could acquire some FEMA funds for the project.
Uh-huh.
We have not received any comments to date
Yeah,
from FEMA.
yeah.
They've had, at the state level, I think we're on our third or fourth project manager.
Yeah.
They seem to be finding different jobs.
Have we got another one now? I
We
mean,
do, yeah, just
this
within the
is-
last few weeks.
He's only been.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know, it's interesting.
The guy
Yeah.
who suggested putting both projects together is gone.
No, he's with DOT. This is with, through the Department of Emergency Services.
all the FEMA people have gone to
The
Florida.
emergency folks that,
Yep.
that have the FEMA Bureau.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gone south.
yeah.
yeah. No, our DOT project manager is still
So-
with
so-
us and
'cause I
doing a
was-
great job for us.
I was impressed with his thought process, the efficiencies.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because he came from the private sector and went into government or,
I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's taken an outside fresh look at things,
yeah,
which can be beneficial.
yeah, absolutely, especially right there. To do something 2 years later would have been unfortunate. I mean,
Right.
we would have done it.
It
but
would have been, yeah.
Another
that would've
headache
been a
for a
shame.
summer, yeah,
Yep.
so,
Yeah, he was here at the local concerns meeting as well.
yeah, I couldn't make that.
But yeah,
Is
the,
Andy here?
the team is strong.
Oh, sorry.
Yes,
Yep, I thought he was coming.
he did.
Very good.
Okay. So it's ongoing and we're awaiting their next, the ball's in their court, I guess.
We
Yeah,
are for the
yeah,
funding side. On the design
Yeah.
side, it's still moving forward
Yeah,
in
good.
coordination with the Wire Road
Yeah.
project.
Yeah, good, good. Well, they've got a lot on their plate now, two of them going together.
Yep.
But, again, what's our target for, is it 2025?
The construction funding is scheduled for fiscal 2025.
Yeah. Okay. Not that far away.
It isn't.
It's almost
No.
2023.
Flying by,
Yeah.
flying by.
Okay, is there anything else we want to talk about on those projects? And if not, we'll move on to our new business. Our town council is expecting our annual report on the end of October. And I will be preparing something for them. I look to you to give me guidance on what you'd like me to bring to their attention. I'll tell them what we did this past year, which they already know about anyway. But it's our once-a-year opportunity to ask for support in particular areas. We still have open the request for Twin Bridge Road to sidewalk to connect that loop and make that loop through Twin Bridge Park. And is there anything, and we appreciate all the support they do give us, Finley. I didn't want to give an impression we're not,
Nope, I understand.
but, but,
We take the annual beating. I
Yeah.
get it. I'm only kidding.
okay. Okay, well, I will, I'll circulate a draft of the ideas, so we'll talk about for you all to consider. Maybe we'll get to that before the next meeting. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if we're going to support the turkey shoot or not. I don't know if there is a turkey shoot. If there is, we may want to support that.
Can I just go back to that for a second?
Why, sure.
On the presentation to town council,
Yeah,
I won't provide any comments on that, given my position,
yeah, Okay.
just to let you know.
okay, all right. Well, you'll go down as a supporter of our projects, whatever.
the committee.
Of the committee, right. Okay,
And
Okay.
supporter of the town council.
okay, yeah. Okay. He
Thanks.
knows where his bread is buttered, right? Well, whatever you can support or whatever comments, I appreciate. And I'm just not sure if we want to bring up any new projects to them. We've still got the issue with the Church Street. And that's really in the town council's bailiwick.
That's something that we should probably be discussing as the Wire and Babusik Brook crossing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Approach.
likely gonna feather itself out through the planning process for the Wire Road intersection project.
I'm hoping, I was happy to see that that got sort of woven in a little bit at the last hearing. And that would be good if we can do that as part of that, if we can get that paid for by them. And I see
That'd be
the,
very nice.
Right.
yeah.
But
the-
but I guess the conversations are going to have to start being had about the closure because that I believe is inevitable in order to make that work.
Yes, that's true. That's,
I don't think there's any way around it.
I don't think there is, well, no, there'd be more expensive ways around it, but there are other ways if they wanted to spend a lot of money to make that a decent intersection, but
So I think that's the nice part about the process that these projects go through, is that our consultant is gonna vet out different ideas.
yeah,
And they'll be able to tell us, is there a way to keep Church Street open with the sidewalk there? I don't think so,
I don't think so, but
based on
but-
my preliminary design look at it.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll get a second pair of eyes to look at it, and they'll make a recommendation. And then, so we'll have kind of
yeah,
multiple
Things,
sources for,
it'll give
For that
the
concept.
council some ammunition to do that with. And give them,
Well, if it's deemed relatively necessary, that makes it so
yeah,
the decision's a bit easier.
right.
yeah,
Because I can't remember now distinctly, but there were a few people who really didn't want it to change, but I think most understood it. And it was going to be how was everything, the senior center and the new restaurant and all those things going to intertwine, the library exit.
and the church.
And the church,
is
yeah.
involved.
Yeah.
And we had the agreement of the Prudential Committee of the church to do it, but anyway,
I mean,
I'll resurrect some of that old stuff. The town, the Highway Safety Committee was also in favor of
Yeah.
it. But then again, people change their minds, and there's always one individual who doesn't like it. But another thing that's kind of come to pass since is the construction of this boulder field that has appeared there. I think some of that's on town right away as I look at it. All those boulders that have been added.
I suspect, I don't know for sure, but
The Community Development Department is looking into that.
Yeah.
To make sure he's meeting his site plan approval conditions.
Well, yeah, there was none of that was on the site plan that was approved by the planning board. I don't know what the community development department did, but
So they've seen the work and I believe they're working through that.
yeah. Okay. You know is Tim Thompson?
I'm not sure
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah. Okay, so those are issues that we'll bring up to the council, the Church Street and the sidewalk on Twin Bridge Road. And any other place that the town would deem important to add some sidewalk. We've got a few gaps, but our new map shows us the gaps. And maybe we'll just call their attention to it as part of the presentation. Does anybody know if the library's planning a turkey shoot? I haven't heard anything of it. Karen wasn't sure the last time we talked, and I got a message saying she couldn't come. I sent a message back saying, what about the turkey shoot? And I didn't hear back, so I'll continue to investigate that. The next thing for us to do is to set a date for our next meeting. If you want to, we could squeeze in a meeting right before I'm on in October with the town council. '28th, no, 27th is my is the town council. So if we wanted to meet on the 21st, we could have a last shot at that presentation. If not, we can move it over into November. What's the desire?
What was that date in October?
Well, the 27th is the day of October, is a Thursday, and that's the day I give the presentation to the town council. It's not cast in concrete either. We could bump it in, but they don't like that. So Becky sets these dates. She's got it all. Yeah, and that's good. That's good, and I appreciate that. But if you want to have input to this, otherwise I could send out a draft of it and let you look at it that way without a meeting. What's the pleasure of those who are here? You guys get to call the shots.
I don't think we'll have a lot new in the next 3 weeks
No.
to have another
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah. No, probably not. Yeah. We'll have the.
So- I think maybe November is a better choice.
Okay.
Then you can work through your presentation via email.
Yeah, okay, that's good. I'm okay with that. Then we've got Fridays in November, we've got 4/11, and,
The 11th is Veterans Day.
yeah. That's a holiday, right?
Yeah,
So we
it is.
won't do that. We could do the 18th. The 25th, I think, is Thanksgiving. and That's
Correct.
not a
Yeah.
good time. So it would be the 18th of November, it would be the.
Perfect.
Yeah, I can give you feedback from the town council. Okay. Yep, we can make that work. Anybody want to bring anything else up? The comments from the public are about as usual. Any comments or anything you want to do or talk about, or shall we adjourn until November? Motion to adjourn,
So moved.
moved by Kyle and
Second.
seconded by Bill Cummings. Cummings, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, aye. We are adjourned. You may shut off your microphone. And,
Thank you.